My friend's mother-in-law wore a white bridal gown to her wedding, so I faked a seizure to spill a colorful drink on her and avoid legal trouble. This isn't my story, but I was involved, and I have my friend and her husband's permission to post the full thing, with real names. I've known my best friend Kara, 30, and her new husband Mark, 32, since I was 18. I'm 31. Kara and Mark saved my life once, but that's a story for another day. They got married in May and just returned from their honeymoon in the Maldives. Background: Kara doesn't come from money, but she worked hard to get where she is. She's now the head of medicine at a nearby hospital and makes 6 figures a year. She also holds grudges like a queen. Mark comes from a wealthy family. His mom is the root of all this drama. He also makes 6 figures and works in finance. He has 3 older brothers, all married, and none of them talk to Victoria, the mother-in-law, who has never met her grandkids. When Mark proposed to Kara in 2023, our friend group was ecstatic. They're perfect for each other. Both wealthy, neither flashy. They don't want kids, their choice, even though they love kids. Mark proposed on Christmas with a stunning 4-carat diamond. Kara started planning the wedding immediately. They paid for everything themselves so no one could influence their choices, though they were open to suggestions. They chose a gorgeous venue across the country. Kara had wanted a destination wedding but chose something local so my daughter and I could attend. I was her maid of honor, and Amber and Savannah were her other bridesmaids. My daughter was the flower girl. Now, Victoria. She's always hated Kara. No one knows why. Kara's lovely unless you cross her. But she's always been polite with the family. Mark's dad, Mario, adores her, probably because Kara doesn't want kids and isn't Catholic. Victoria and Mario are old-school Italian Catholics. Both were born in Italy and still live by those values. Mario only cares about his son's happiness. Kara went dress shopping at Kleinfeld, one fitted gown for the ceremony and a flowy one for the reception. I joined via video call since I couldn't fly out. Things went smoothly until Victoria showed up. Kara thought including her would ease tension. Huge mistake. Victoria insisted she try on a horrible high-neck, long-sleeved, poofy dress. Just no. I'm no fashion expert, but I know what works for Kara. She tried it on to be polite. She showed us the disaster, then raised her eyebrows at me on video. I shook my head and said, "You don't want my opinion." Kara said, "Yes I do. That's why you're here." Victoria snapped, "She's not even here. Too busy being a single mom living off the government to be a real friend and show up." Silence. Me, take that hideous dress off. I ignored Victoria's jab, though I wanted to rip her little angry head through the screen. What she said wasn't true, and Kara was visibly annoyed. She doesn't confront people immediately, she waits. Kara tried on lots of dresses, all nice, but none were the one. I knew which dress she dreamed of since the proposal. What she didn't know was that it was in that store. I had Amber pass the phone to the manager and asked about the dress. She confirmed it was there. The moment Kara tried it on, she lit up. "I want this one for the ceremony." "Victoria, that dress is a little slutty, don't you think?" Kara turned red. "Victoria, Mark shouldn't marry someone who wants to dress like a stripper." Me, dead silent. Kara, "Victoria, shut up." Silence. You could hear a bug blink. Kara, "I invited you here to mend our relationship. But this? This isn't your wedding. This isn't your dress. This isn't about you. I love this dress. I feel incredible. Shut up or leave." Silence. Victoria, "Mark. You won't believe," Mark, on speaker, "Shut up, Mom. I'm on the call with Savannah." I heard everything. Click. 1 week later, Kara and I were in her living room when Victoria just walked in. Victoria, "Oh, you're here." Me, "Yes. I was invited." "Were you?" Kara held my arm so I wouldn't get up and slap her. "I'm the group's guard dog." Victoria went upstairs, took some of Mark's stuff, and started leaving. Kara asked what she was doing. Victoria, smiling, taking these in case Mark considers my offer. Kara and I stared at each other, confused. The wedding day. Venue? Gorgeous. Flowers? Amazing. Dress? Stunning. Kara? Radiant. Guests? Delighted. Everything was perfect, until Victoria walked in. In a full-length white dress. White. Bridal white. Lacy bodice, sparkles, slid up the thigh, it was a freaking bridal gown. Kara froze. Amber looked at me. I looked at Savannah. We all knew what we had to do. Earlier, we had joked about this scenario. Savannah brought cranberry juice just in case. The dress was screaming for an accident. I whispered, "Now?" Kara nodded once. I walked up to Victoria with my cranberry juice, pretended to stumble, and threw myself forward, drink first. Right into her chest. Victoria screamed. Gasps everywhere. Me, oh my god, I'm so sorry, my epilepsy, I lost control of my body, I didn't. Amber, she needs to sit. Someone get her water. Savannah, get her away from the bride, she's gonna panic. Victoria was soaked. Red stains dripping down her white wedding dress. Mark's brothers were laughing. Mario gave me a wink. Victoria ran to the bathroom and didn't come back. Kara danced the night away. So did I. Post-wedding updates, Victoria tried to demand that Kara and Mark repay her for the ruined dress. Mark sent her a link to a cleaning service and blocked her number. Kara's hospital had a formal dinner 3 weeks later. She invited me as her +1. Victoria showed up. In black this time. And kept her distance. Mark hasn't spoken to his mother since the wedding. Kara and Mark are happy. They sent me a bottle of wine last week with a card, "Thanks for saving the day. You're the cranberry queen." And yes, I still have the dress I wore that night. With a little cranberry spot on it. A badge of honor, but we let her leave and called Mark. Mark, hey, love, what's up? Kara, your mom came and grabbed some things. She said it was in case you consider her offer. Mark, I won't. She's completely insane. Me, what offer? Mark sighed, if I marry Kara, she's going to disinherit me. Kara started crying. Mark, love, I'm not leaving you. Let me get out of work and come home. We're going away for the weekend to relax. Mark took Kara to a 5-star spa on the other coast. They spent time talking about how to deal with Victoria from now on. I don't know the full details. Fast forward to the wedding, May 2024. Kara, the bridesmaids, and my daughter were getting our hair done. The wedding planner, a wonderful but intimidating woman, came over to say there was a problem downstairs. I went to handle it. Kara didn't need to deal with more crap. Victoria had tried to enter the bridal suite to get ready. Not happening. I told her, the groom's mother doesn't get ready with the bride. She huffed but left. Too easy. Now I was nervous. Important detail, I have a seizure disorder. But I take medication that prevents me from having episodes. Victoria knows nothing about my health. We were getting ready for the procession. Everything looked perfect. From the corner of my eye, I saw something shiny and white. I ignored it for a second, but curiosity killed the cat. Victoria was wearing a wedding dress. A huge, poofy, sparkly, princess-style wedding dress. Oh no. Not today. Not at my best friend's wedding. Kara and Mark had hired security to avoid situations exactly like this. They didn't let Victoria in. Huh. The ceremony was beautiful. After photos, I went to help Kara change into her reception dress. I told her about Victoria, and she gave me that look. The one we all know from our friend group. The one they give me at the bar when I need to activate my guard dog mode. I didn't know what my task would be yet. I'm not supposed to drink on my meds, so I don't. That's why, when I walked around with a colorful cocktail that stains easily, my friends gave me weird looks. I shot back the look. They nodded. Mission understood. Kara and Mark were enjoying the evening. I approached Victoria. People were staring at her, but she acted like nothing was wrong. Her husband was hiding behind a potted plant, smart man. I signaled Amber and walked up to Victoria to chat. Then I faked a seizure. I started trembling, grabbing onto Victoria as I collapsed. The drink spilled all over her, and we both tumbled into a wet, muddy flower bed. To Victoria, it looked like a real seizure. Amber and Savannah rushed over, concerned in quotes. Kara and Mark hadn't noticed anything yet. They were across the room. Amber helped me up. I had a few scratches from the fall, but who cares? Victoria had mud all over her butt and cocktail down her front. That pristine white gown? Ruined. What a shame, Victoria screamed. Now Kara and Mark noticed. Mark looked annoyed. Kara tried not to smile, and failed. Victoria, look what this bitch did to me. Mark, you shouldn't have shown up in white. Kara, Mina, you know you can't drink on your meds. Are you okay? Do you need a doctor to check you out? Me, weakly, I could use some help. Thanks. Sorry. I thought one drink would be fine. Victoria, how dare you? You ruined my dress. You're paying for this. Mario, Victoria. Enough. She has a medical condition. Leave her alone. And take off that ridiculous dress, you're not the bride, and all you've done is cause problems. I don't even know my grandkids because of you. Get yourself together, or this is over. I recovered from the episode, came back to the party later. Victoria never returned. It was all caught on video and in photos. Kara and I laughed about it a few days ago. I must say, I was pretty convincing. Fast forward to 3 days ago, Mario is divorcing Victoria and moving to New York to meet his grandchildren. Victoria is still whining about her ruined dress. Kara and Mark are happy. Amber is now engaged, and Savannah is still single like me. I'm happy for all my girls, and I've been dying to tell this story. Sorry it was so long, there's even more I could have shared, but I left it out to respect the others involved. Edit. Best part of all this? Mario's family made Victoria sign a prenup. She gets nothing unless he allows it. The property, the money, it's all Mario's. Update 1. I've gotten permission from the other girls to tell everything. They didn't want to be involved at first, but this gossip is too juicy to leave out. As you know, Kara and Mark are now married. What I didn't mention before is that Amber and Savannah also had their run-ins with Victoria, but they didn't want their messages made public. Now they've changed their minds, because Victoria's gone completely off the rails and started texting them too. She's messaged me as well, I'm not worried. Amber showed me the messages Victoria sent her after the wedding. Victoria, how dare you let that bitch ruin my dress? I got it from Kleinfeld and paid a fortune. Amber, you mean the wedding dress you wore to a wedding where you weren't the bride? Mina didn't do anything. She had a seizure. Calm down. Victoria, she owes me for the dress. Note how she didn't even deny the audacity of wearing it. Amber, good luck trying to get her to pay. You'll have to fight her first, she's been looking for an excuse to punch your wrinkly little face. Victoria, she wouldn't hit me. Would she? Amber, if she hadn't had a seizure, she would have dropped you like she was in the UFC fighting for $1 million. Victoria stopped texting after that. But Amber's right. She just needed the green light to knock that woman flat. Savannah also told me about her messages with Victoria, and I'll share my call with her next. There are even texts Victoria sent to Kara and Mark during their honeymoon, and they ignored every single one. Hello Victoria. Hello Savannah. I don't know if you have my number saved on your phone like those other horrible girls, but this is Victoria. Mina and Amber's attitude toward me has been terrible. If you could tell Mina that she owes me $7,800 for my dress, I'd appreciate it. Savannah, that's gonna be a big no. Mina's not paying a damn thing. She had a seizure. Leave her alone. Victoria's number, blocked. And then Victoria texted me. It was not nice. Victoria, you and I need to talk. Me, who's this? Her number was already saved in my phone, but I wanted to have a little fun. Victoria, it's Victoria, Mark's mother. You know, the woman you collapsed on at the wedding. Me, oh, you mean when I had a seizure? I'm so sorry about that. You didn't get hurt, did you? I got a few scratches and bruises, but the doctor says I'm okay. Victoria, hesitating right. Cool. Look, you owe me money for the dress. Me, oh yeah? Why? Victoria, huffing yes, you owe me. I paid $7,800 for that dress. I expect to be reimbursed. Me, where on earth did you pay that much for such an ordinary-looking dress? Victoria, starting to boil Kleinfeld. Me, the bridal dress store? It was a wedding dress? Victoria, more unsure well. Me, why? That's odd. You weren't the one getting married. Why would you buy a wedding dress? Victoria, I wanted to look perfect for my baby's special day. Me, and a dress from Saks couldn't achieve that? Victoria, silence. Me, because as you surely know, wearing white, let alone a full wedding dress, at someone else's wedding, even if you don't like them, and we all know you hate Kara though no one knows why, is incredibly tacky and completely disrespectful. You're just lucky no one accidentally spilled something on you. Victoria, you did it. Me, oh my God, I had a seizure. It's a serious medical condition. No one can fake a seizure. Call ended. Missed calls from Victoria, 5. I turned off my phone. Kara and Mark were flooded with messages and calls from Victoria. They didn't answer any. Messages to Mark. Are you going to do something about how I was treated? How dare that bitch throw her drink on me? Why aren't you answering? Hello Mark, my baby, please answer. Tell your father not to go through with the divorce. Mark, please. Mark, I need you now and you're not answering because of that slut you married. She only married you for your money, I'm sure of it. Missed calls, 42. Messages to Kara. How dare you take my baby away from me, you king BTCH. You better not hurt him. I hope your plane crashes and my baby survives. I should have married him off to that nice Catholic girl from our hometown. Answer the phone, bitch. Missed calls, 20. She has completely lost her mind. I genuinely hope she gets help, but I'll be here if Mark and Kara ever need a wall between them and her madness. Update 2. Victoria came to my house, banging on my door and screaming. My neighbors called me. They were having a bonfire with friends, but I was too tired after work to join them. They asked if everything was okay. I told them yes, that I'd handle it, but that if the noise was bothering them, I wouldn't mind if they filed a noise complaint or even called the police. I'm usually a very kind person. Super petty, but kind. Victoria showing up at my house, scaring my daughter, and disrupting my life. In 6 languages, it still means no. No 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 no. Don't scare my daughter or I'll ruin you. Victoria, banging on the door open up, you owe me. Me, silence. She keeps banging and ringing the bell, screaming like a slaughtered pig. My daughter, crying mommy. Victoria, open the damn door, I know you're in there. At that point, I was seriously considering grabbing my 12-gauge shotgun. Sweetheart, go to your room. Mommy has to deal with something. I open the door, step outside, and close it behind me. Victoria, you're not going to invite me in? Me, you've got a better chance of winning the lottery than stepping foot in my house. Victoria, you stopped answering my texts and calls. Me, I know. Shocking you didn't catch the hint. Look around. All my neighbors are outside trying to figure out if you're a threat. Victoria glances around. Me, to neighbors it's okay, you can go back inside. Neighbors, no one moves. My next-door neighbor Jamie, not her real name, starts filming on her phone. Jamie, yes, Victoria. So we can have a civil conversation. Me, I can. Can you? Victoria, huffs, of course I can. I'm a lady. I was raised to be civil. Me, haven't seen it yet, but I'd love to witness it someday. She starts screaming again. My daughter comes out because I've been outside longer than a 5-year-old thinks is acceptable. Victoria is flailing her arms, typical Italian gesturing. I don't think it was intentional, but I don't care. Her phone flies from her hand and hits my daughter in the face. My daughter's nose starts bleeding. She screams, and I instantly turn away from the hysterical witch in my yard. Jamie caught it all on video. Her husband called the police. Police arrive. I called Mark and Kara to tell them what happened. They agree I should press charges. I don't know how this lunatic found my address, probably in the phone book. But seriously, who uses that anymore? Either way, I'm pressing charges. My daughter's nose isn't broken, but she's traumatized. I'm writing this from the ER as they check her out. I can't believe what this woman has done to my friends, to her kids, to her husband, and now to my child. I'm so emotionally drained I don't even know how I had the energy to write this. Update 3, Final. Here we go. The final update to what some have been calling the guard dog saga. My lawyer contacted Victoria's lawyer. When she came to my house banging and wrecked my doorbell, she broke it. My doorbell is part of a full home security system. If any part of it fails, the alarm can't be armed. The whole system cost me about $30,000. The part was under warranty, but I paid $5,000 in labor. So my lawyer sent the invoice, along with the hospital report for my daughter's ER visit, and a legal notice stating that either Victoria pays or we'll see her in court. Her lawyer replied that Victoria would pay everything, except the cost of her wedding dress. In the voice of the French fry queen. Absolutely not. My lawyer submitted medical documentation of my condition and how alcohol can affect it. Clarification, I didn't actually have a seizure. We met for a mediation hearing to avoid trial. Both parties submitted evidence and called witnesses. Final result. Victoria had to pay for the doorbell repair, the hospital bill, and the dress issue was excluded from the settlement. She's not happy. She now has a shiny new restraining order, forbidding her from coming near me, my daughter, my house, or my work. Her family has turned against her. Her children deeply resent her. Let me make something clear, I didn't want any of this to happen to her. I'm sure that in her better years, she was a wonderful woman. I want to believe that. I didn't want it to go this far. I just wanted to protect my friend on her special day. I hope Victoria gets professional help, goes to therapy, and heals whatever needs healing. Yes, I'm petty and can be a bitch. But I don't wish harm on anyone. I want people to live happy, fulfilled lives. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with that crazy woman ever again. Hope this is the ending you all were hoping for. Because it's all I have to give you. Feed, my daughter, is getting better.